Welcome back to sortitoutsi channel with me, the Flying Scotsman. Today we have another tactical clinic for you. We have BradTP's Transitional Masterclass. If you don't know who Brad is, I will leave a link down below to his YouTube channel. He's relatively new on the scene. I absolutely love his stuff myself. He does experiments, he started doing tactics rebuilds. He also does some in real life football stuff, Premier League predictions, rating football kits, things like that. So go give him a subscribe and also follow him over on Twitter. Today we're going to test this tactic out with Hamburg over in the Bundesliga 2, we're going to test it out with HJK Helsinki over in the Finnish top flight, and we're going to finish up testing this out with Arsenal in the Premier League. And then we'll go through the tactic that Brad has created, show you exactly how it works, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown on his explanation of it for me. So first off, let's head over to Germany. So it's pretty good so far. Unfortunately, DFB Pokal, third round exit to RB Leipzig, but they're in the division above us and they're fighting for the title most seasons or thereabouts, so no massive grumble there for me. But as you can see, we have one promotion from the Bundesliga with 23 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses to finish on 74 points, 11 clear of Schalke. And if we look at the past league positions, we have been up there since match day 5. We beat Hansa Rostock and we have not let go of that top spot. As you can see, it doesn't really have that many people in the high ratings at all, but you know, we've won the league, that's all that matters here. So one of our key players was Daniel Hoyer Fernandez, the goalkeeper, 31 games, only conceded the 30 goals and he kept 14 clean sheets across the season. Brilliant season for the Portuguese shot-stopper. As well as one of my favourite players a couple of years ago, I had a Hamburg save myself. I thought this guy was brilliant because his pace is great. Technically he's not brilliant, but he managed to get 3 goals and 9 assists across the season in 24 starts, which is not too shabby at all. Normally I would bring him on in, you know, the last 20 minutes of a game and his pace would just obliterate opponents, but there we go. So that has been a great season so far for Hamburg, finishing on 74 points, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the first time in a long time we'll be in the top flight. So Hamburg got relegated in 2018, finished 4th, 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 3rd, 3rd, and now with Brad's Transitional Masterclass, we have won the league much better than any previous season. As you can see, recently 56, 54, 58, 60 and 66 points. We've now got 74 with Brad's tactic and we have been promoted back to the Bundesliga. So a great start already for the Transitional Masterclass. We'll now head over to Finland and check out how Helsinki do. Now, here we are over in Finland, and it does look a bit strange here because we've not actually started the league here, but it's because the Finnish league runs in February, so this is the second season, but because of the way Europe works, Europe kind of goes mid-season to mid-season. It's one of these annoying summer leagues. But as we can see, so in Europe, last season / this season, so the first season in Europe in the game, unfortunately we lost in the Champions League second round to Dinamo Zagreb. They're a bigger team than us, I'm not too surprised. We lost to Sparta Prague in the Europa League. Then the Conference League, we actually managed to make it to the play-off round where we lost to Rangers. If we take a look at this, I want to see how we've done in the groups. So if we go to the groups, we'll see our group here. We finished behind Victoria Pilsen, above Partizan, which is a big scalp in my opinion, and above Dinamo Tbilisi. We won 3 games, beaten Dinamo twice, beaten Partizan away from home is massive, drawn with Partizan at home, and then the 2 losses to Victoria Pilsen. So great overall, but just unfortunate to come up against Rangers in the next round, where unfortunately we lost 2-1 in aggregate, so pretty close overall. Unfortunate to go out there. We'll take a look at the league, we will see it's obviously not started here, but if we take a look at last season, we can see we played 27 games, so 12 teams in the league, you play the other 11 twice to make the 22 games, splits into a top half and a bottom half, and you play them, so you play 27 games. It annoys me it's an odd number, but that's just the way it is. 19 wins, 6 draws, 2 losses, to score 66 goals and only conceded 22, to win the league by 13 points. So that is a brilliant season so far. If we take a look at the cups, in the League Cup, I think this is the Liga Cup, yeah, I'm going to assume my finish isn't great, but I think that's pretty obvious. So this is in a group stage, so we won 4, lost 1 in the first round, and then in the semi-finals we managed to beat Ilves 2-0, and then in the final we absolutely smashed FC Inter 6-1 to lift that trophy as well. So it's been good so far. So in Europe we probably got further than I would imagine. I'm not sure if Helsinki have ever made it past the group stages in a European competition, but we managed to done it. Unfortunately, a narrow loss to Rangers there, just a bit unfortunate. So we've won the League Cup, we've won the league. We can see here this season already, because the way it's a summer league, it kind of goes over. We can see that we are already sitting top of our group in the league. So what we'll do now is we'll go and look at some of the top players from last season. So for this season, the way it works out, Anthony Olusanya has 12 starts, 10 goals, 1 assist. But if we take a look at his career stats, we can see last season for us, he managed to score 29 goals in 40 games. This man was phenomenal for us. As you can see, his attributes are not great, but, you know, we're playing in Finland. He scored 29 goals, absolutely brilliant season for him. And another top player for us was Atomu Tanaka. Unfortunately, he's retired, so we can't actually see what his attributes look like when he ended. But you can actually see he played here 2015-2018, left to go back to Japan, but then he came back to HJK. If you take a look at his career statistics last season, he played 25 starts, scored 10 goals and provided 11 assists. So brilliant from him. So again, there we have it. We've got a double. We've progressed further in Europe than I would have expected with Helsinki. We'll now go and see how this tactic does with Arsenal and see how well an elite team can do with this tactic. So here we are with Arsenal. Unfortunately, runners up in the FA Community Shield, knocked out by Charlton in the Carabao Cup. That is poor. In the third round, FA Cup, lost out to rivals Spurs in the fifth round, but none of that matters. We have won the double. This tactic by Brad has won Arsenal their first ever Champions League trophy, beating Manchester City 2-1 in extra time, and in the league we managed to finish 2 points above City to win our first league title since 2004. Take a look at the league in more detail. We can see we had 28 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses. As you can see, the final day of the season, we absolutely battered Everton 7-0. Unfortunately, that is my club, if you do know. Everton are my team. We managed to survive. We were already staying safe. As you can see, we were finished 36 points, but we get battered in the last day. Anyway, this isn't about Everton. Arsenal battered Everton 7-0 with this tactic. If we take a look at the full table, we will see 101 goals scored with this tactic, 35 conceded. And if we then take a look at some of the key players in this tactic, we will see Arsenal star boy Bukayo Saka, 19 goals and 18 assists for the 22-year-old wide man in this past season. It looks like he needs a rest. He's obviously been run into the ground, but an absolutely phenomenal season for him. And yeah, I was just checking, that is the most goals I think he has scored in a season. Absolutely amazing season for Bukayo Saka. And potentially an even more impressive season for the captain Martin Odegaard. 45 starts, 12 goals and 28 assists across the season. 20 Premier League assists in the season. That man has produced the goods. He has captained Arsenal to a double, their first Champions League trophy and their first league title in 20 years, and that has won them the double. So now we'll head straight in and I will show you the tactic itself, and I will just read out the wee explainer that Brad gave me when he sent me the tactic over. So Brad has described the Transitional Masterclass as a very fluid system. In possession it acts like a 3-2-1-3-1, with the left back playing as an inverted fullback to create a back three, whilst the shifted over defensive midfielder allows the inverted wing back on the right to slot in next to him. The roaming playmaker runs the whole game, he's absolutely everywhere. Bernardo Silva is absolutely perfect for this role. If you're playing at City, the advanced playmaker from the right comes and plays as an attacking midfielder, while the shadow striker drifted over to the right underlaps him and becomes a second striker with inverted winger from the left, creating a late third option. When the ball's lost, it converts back into a back four with the DM sitting just in front to provide that defensive protection. The pros of this system, according to Brad, are creatively always so many passing options. Feels like there's always a man covering every area of the pitch. As you can see, we'll run through it and you'll see why. Cons: it's a very tiring system and you need to have good squad depth, because if it's a very tiring system, as it will be, your players get run to the ground. As we saw, Bukayo Saka's knackered after this season. It's a system suited to the better sides, with players needed to suit the roles, which is understandable. There's a lot of precise roles in this system, but as we saw, it worked with Hamburg and it worked with Helsinki, so maybe it could work for more teams than just the elite sides. Maybe Brad's doing a bit of a disservice to himself, because so far it has done absolutely amazing for the 3 sides we've tested this with. So we will run through all of the tactical instructions now. Going with positive mentality. In possession, we're playing fairly wide, we're underlapping on the right hand side, we've got the shorter passing, we've got the higher tempo, and we're running at the defence. In transition, we're counter pressing, we're countering, we're distributing the ball quickly to the full-backs, and we're rolling that ball out. Out of possession, we have the high press, the high defensive line, we're triggering the press much more often, and we're preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. In terms of player roles themselves, we can see we have a sweeper keeper on support with no additional instructions, the inverted wing back on the right on support, we have take more risks, shoot less often and tackle harder, ball playing defender and defend on the right hand side, dribble more and tackle harder. And the ball-playing defender on the left just set to standard instructions. Inverted fullback on defend on the left-hand side has take more risks and tackle harder. Defensive midfielder on support, take more risks and tackle harder. The roaming playmaker in the middle on support, dribble more, move into the channels and tackle harder. On the right hand side we have the advanced playmaker on support with cross aim centre and tackle harder. The shadow striker on attack with tackle harder. Slightly offset to the right, and with the inverted winger on attack on the left hand side we have cross aim centre with tackle harder, and the advanced forward on attack up front with take more risks and tackle harder. So that's it, that's been the Transitional Masterclass from BradTP. Again, I'll leave his link to his channel and his Twitter page down in the description. Please go over, watch some of his videos, leave him some comments, leave some likes, and as always subscribe to his channel. Absolutely some great videos coming out on his channel, a wide range of experiments. But as always, this has been the Flying Scotsman FM. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.